You see this toothbrush? This is how we're going to be making some of the spattered snow. So if you don't have a toothbrush, you better anymore. You probably all have electric ones. Don't have any of these handheld ones anymore. Go to the dollar store, and you just need a stiff one, toothbrush that is. And you're going to have fun. We're going to be painting this adorable Christmas card. And this is where we allow you to make prints of your artwork this time of year to make Christmas cards. And I try to do it in plenty of time. This is a very simple beginner lesson. And we even show you how to do this this side better, because I mean there was some confusion, and when actually John solved it, and wait till you see how we did the sign. You'll be able to do it too. This is a super easy lesson and so fun. So okay, so every year we try to make paintings that you can do as Christmas cards, and which is fun. We have a couple this year for YouTube, and and go back and look at some of our other videos too, because if you go back and just type in, holidays into the search engine on my channel, you'll see all kinds of ones that maybe you could be just hand painting cards like crazy, or, make prints of these. So I'll be with you in the live chat. I think this is the cutest thing ever. I hope you do too. And don't forget the toothbrush. Hey, it's Acrylic Painting Monday. This is Ginger Cook, and this is a premiere. Wow, that means that Ginger's somewhere, but not here. But then I am here because I'm answering and writing great things in the chat. So you can still ask me questions, and we're going to paint this. We're going to do this early. I thought would make a great Christmas card. And when we do Christmas cards, that means you can make prints of your work. We give you permission to do that from our designs. And I think this is a 12 by 12 canvas, and we're going to do it large so that when you make it small, the details will be very easy for you to do. That's why we did it a little bit larger, so that when you make it into a small little Christmas card, you can make prints of your work. And I think this is very nice. It's sort of, it's simple, and yet it's festive, and it's kind of a surprising that everybody loves little chicks, and normally you see them around Easter time. So this is sort of, it's a conversation start. What is this little chick doing out in the snow, wishing you happy Christmas? So we're going to be talking about that, and I'm going to show you some techniques on how to paint an old board. I'm going to show you why you shade things. We're going to go through a lot of stuff, and the first thing I did was I didn't trace this on yet. I just marked where the snow was going to be, okay? And then once I get the background down, then I'll come back and trace that on, all right?
And what do you think the background color is?
Well, this is just burnt umber. We just had it, it's a 12 by 12 canvas board. We get these from Amazon, U.S. Art Supply. They're pretty nice. They're panels. They're triple primed, archival quality, acid free, okay, for all media. So we kind of like those. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my paints over here. I've got titanium white, cad yellow medium, yellow ochre, cad yellow light. This is naphtha crimson, but if you had naphtha, this is a priority red, but naphtha crimson would work. Cadmium orange light, cadmium red light. This is a color I just found in the drawer, and I thought I'd use it. It's called quadrichrome crimson, but you could just add blue and to your reds and get a pretty good color like this. I'll show you how. I just thought it'd be fun to use it. This is black, ultramarine blue, phthalo blue, burnt sienna, burnt umber, and raw umber. All right. So those are our colors. It's pretty, and we're going to start with one of our larger brushes like this. This is a 5. That's what is this, John? I don't have my glasses on. 5/8 brush. Okay. So what I want to do.
Wait a minute. Let me see that for a second.
I know it's 3/4 inch. Yeah, 3/4 inch. So the brush strokes are all going to be down like this. All right. And we don't have a challenge piece this time for this, do we, John?
Not as of yet.
We don't have a challenge piece for this. If we come up with one, you might want to look at the.
If we get one, if we figure out one,
we'll post it. If we don't, we don't.
When we were designing, we just couldn't come up with one that made sense.
I'm going to use just mix some colors here. All right, so I'm going to take this little board here, and I'm going to take some titanium white, and I'm going to take a little bit of ultramarine blue. That looks like phthalo blue to me, friends.
That looks like phthalo.
That looks like phthalo. I guess I put 2 phthalos out and a little bit of black. Okay.
Are you going to put an ultra out?
It's probably not.
Oh, good.
Because I may not need to. I'll just do a little bit of raw umber with it.
I'm going to put a question mark by that one then.
Okay, a little bit of raw umber. See how I kind of grade it down? A little bit more raw umber. Raw umber is a translucent brown, so it sort of tones it down. I think I need a little more white. Okay. That sounds pretty good. All right, so let's come on down here like this.
The typical gray winter sky in Michigan.
Yeah, I think so.
I know them well.
Just start in the middle and come on down like that. Bring it all the way down to here. I think I'll put a little water on the brush this time. And got quite a bit of paint on this canvas board, so I can get away with that. Now, as I get a little bit more into the sides, I'll add a little bit more black to this. The gray a little bit more, like that. Keep overlapping. Here, let's bring some of that, take some of that black and just a little bit of black and raw umber, and let's streak it in here like that. There you go, like that. Just get a little bit streaky. These angle brushes, you see me use them for everything. They're just great, aren't they? And they're just gonna keep on coming down like this. So this is pretty simple to do. I don't think you're gonna have any trouble doing it. Now I'm going to take some burnt umber and put that on the sides, a little bit of burnt sienna. Kind of indicate some trees growing over here. And the same thing here. We'll do some burnt umber and black. And have some dark, we've got some dark trees growing up over here like that. Maybe put some of this color right here. Then a little bit of the burnt sienna and yellow oxide like that. There you go. Just use the edge of the brush now. And just put this background in. Okay, bring it down like that. And let's take a little bit of yellow oxide, just like that. Come on down here like this, just barely touch it. Just a slight flick of the wrist. Barely touch it, just because this is still wet, so you're courting danger here by doing this. But we're up for it, right?
We're up to the challenge.
Let's take a little bit of burnt sienna. Okay, now I want some more of this light color here, this blue color. I'll come on up in here like this. Streak some this way. Barely touching it, okay? That's pretty good. Now we're going to take some, just a little bit of this blue color and burnt sienna, okay, like that. And we're going to just paint this, kind of this gray-brown color. Maybe a little bit more burnt sienna with it. And a little bit of black and white, maybe make a little gray. Okay, that's our underpainting color. Okay, and I've got a little bit of this light color coming up here like this, with a little bit of white and kind of yellow oxide. Barely touch it like that, just. Okay, so there's not a lot going on here, but that's fine. We don't want a lot going on. Okay, so I'm going to put that, let's just scrape that off while I can, and so we can use this palette again. I'll just scrape that off like that. Pile up the paint, and I'll just use a little rag to get the rest of it off. These palettes clean up very nicely when you do this.
What are you doing? I can't see
Just
it.
kind of wiped it off with a little damp rag, paper towel. Now when I go to use this again, I can use it. All right, so I'm going to dry everything.
You want to move that palette that's got wet paint on it. You might want to keep that.
Yeah, let's move that. All right, let's get some zinc white out.
Oh, that wasn't on the list.
Yeah, no, it wasn't on the list yet, but I had to paint it to know what I had to have on the list, didn't I?
Yeah, I guess so. I added it. Don't know it's marine blue though, huh? You're holding out.
Zinc white somewhere here. Oh boy. I got just a little of this left, and I'll just put it, where'd that board go that I was painting on here? Here, like this. I'll put some of this on.
Do you have enough there?
Yeah, I think so, if I can get it out. Yeah. Okay. All right, so the zinc white, and I'm going to use some matte medium. You've been using this in the past, and it's very handy. We don't need very much, probably about a teaspoon. So I'll just take my spoons that John gave me. I just hardly need any at all. Just maybe like a quarter teaspoon, right, like that. That's your matte medium. All right. Like that, golden matte medium, translucent. Okay, so taking our large brush here that we've cleaned, okay, and wiped off, we're going to take the matte medium in here like that on the zinc white. We're going to come down here like this. We're going to add a little bit of gray to this. Not much, but a little bit. Maybe some raw umber, that would be good. We're going to zinc white. Brush flat like that. Don't cover the whole thing. Let some of that blue show through. Okay. A little bit of raw umber and the rest of that matte medium, and come down here like that. There you go. The raw sienna. There you go. Now we're introducing a little bit more of that warmth in there. All right, so that's what I want there. And then I'm going to dry this again.
That's the beauty of premieres.
Yeah, we can do that a lot, right? So I want you to see how close we got to this background here. See that in my picture? By doing that, and just sort of layering that on. Now we're going to take a toothbrush and we're going to make some snow. That's always fun. You wet the toothbrush out of a stiff one. You wet it. And you take a little of the titanium white like this. And you put a little tiny bit of water on your brush, tap it off, and there, right? Now, the trick when you do something like this is you're going to have a mess everywhere if you don't. Here, I'll just put that brush here for a second. We're going to get some towels like this. And let's see, maybe kind of like this. Where's some more rags I've got somewhere here? Kind of something like this. I don't need it going everywhere. Okay. Where's another one?
You drop the water onto your...
What?
You drop water down on the canvas.
Oh, how did I do that? Oh, with the toothbrush. Oh. Okay, that's why. Let's do something like this. All right, just kind of up like this. I'm just kind of protecting the area it's snowing in, right? So, okay. Holding it straight down. I'm going to make it snow. Reload.
Let it snow, let it snow. I'm sorry. I think you ought to become a singing artist.
I'm telling you what, I guess if you can get more snow, if you do more flickies, that's good though. We don't need a lot of snow, but we just need to say that there's snow up here, certainly up here. This is good sand too. This will make great sand if you use different colors. Did you know that? Just all the things you learn on this channel. All right, so then brush goes in water. And now you have to be careful when you dry this, and here's why. Because the dryer can blow all this streakage. All right, so if you have time, just go away for a while. Now, because we don't have time, we're going to put it on low.
Very well.
And we're not going to have the...
Keep it up high.
I'm holding the hairdryer way up high. See, didn't that work well? And then I put this little piece back on it like that. This comes off, which is nice, and you can turn it all around. These hair dryers, if talking about Christmas, if we have them in our store. If you buy one, we'll maybe make 10 cents, but we have them in our store. But these are the lightest hairbrushes I've ever used. They have three hair dryers. They have 3 speeds, 2 speeds and 3. They have cold and 3 heat settings. So they're very lovely for painting. Now I'm going to get out our traceable again. And of course, if you want to paint with traceable, we have these on our website. If you're not an Orange member, where you get access to hundreds of traceables, or your monthly membership of $4.95, you can buy them individually for $1.29. So you can do that at. We will leave the link. But John, what is the
Ginger Cook on Demand? Yeah,
Ginger Cook on Demand, and that's where our downloadable lessons are also. So I'm thinking white, John. I hope white will show up.
I have a white available.
And we're gonna
today only.
Today only we have white, so that's kind of good. Special, yes, we like specials.
And you know how we are around paint. Let's just cover that up for a moment.
Yeah, let's cover that up for a moment. We'll tape this on first so that it's nice and on there strong, like that. We just paste that. Now, you will have to, your printer probably can't print this large, so you will, when you get your traceable, it'll be in 4 pieces. 4 pieces, and you just cut it. Okay? Here you go. Now, the first thing we're going to do...
just make sure I put it down right.
Make sure John put it down right, so we'll just see if he did. Oh, look, there it is. Don't you love it? Tell me you love it.
I love it.
We love it, right? We love it. Okay, so let's just now you're not going to write the word Merry Christmas on this when you trace it, are you? Tell me you're not going to do that, right? You're just going to kind of
going to.
You're going to do that after, yes and yes?
I would do it there.
Okay. Then you've got these little guys coming down there like this.
That's our Sorel paper.
And we buy it by the roll, but it comes in now. It used to come in a roll like wax paper, and now it just comes in sheets, which are very annoying. But that's how it comes. I used to like the roll because if I wanted a little bit or a lot, now I've got these giant sheets I can cut up. But then,
it's always progress, isn't it?
It's just important that you get the nose right and these eyes.
If you haven't thought about hitting that whole thumbs up, now would be the time to do it while we have a pause in the action.
Absolutely. This is This is probably all the information I need, but let's just make sure that it went on there. Oh yeah, we forgot that side of his head. Probably want that too, huh?
Oh, why?
Oh gosh, you guys, we probably want that.
Picky, picky, picky.
John raised chickens.
I did.
You probably ate them for Christmas, though.
I did what?
You probably ate them, though.
Well, only when we had to get rid of them because they had to move, but we had their eggs. Can't beat farm fresh eggs.
Yeah, well, that's true. You farm fresh anything. I mean, honestly, the first time I ever had fresh pineapple was in Hawaii with tree ripened, and it wasn't so far from what I had in the grocery store in those days. Because, of course, they're a little bit better now in getting stuff to you. Here we go. I'm just going to take that off like this. See this big sheet? This stupid stuff comes in now. Very annoying. All right, so here's that, John.
Let me get that out of your way, Queenness.
And we've got him all traced on, right? Now, what do we know about yellow? Does it pick yellow? It has to have white first, right? So the easiest thing to do now, just while you're thinking about what else you're going to paint. But you got to admit, this is pretty clever how we did the background. Yes and yes. Is that we're going to take just a small white brush, a little brush.
I get paint. I walk by you, I get paint again.
I'm going to take this white paint and I'm going to just paint under here like this. And no water on the brush. That's one of the things that, your paint gets thinned out then. Somebody asked the other day, and they asked, why do you do an underpainting? Well, we'll tell you again. You have to do an underpainting because, even if it's just white, because your acrylic paint bonds to other acrylic paint. Okay? So when you do an underpainting, what happens is that the first layer then wants to grab the next layer. It's so much easier to paint when you have a few layers of color on. And yellow really only paints well over white. Not an oil paint. Oils are a little stronger, but for acrylics, you really need to have the white paint. And of course, we know we've got some white paint up here. I don't know why we had yellow on the brush here. Let's try this on this side. Hope to do another coat on that. Got a little brown in it. But nonetheless, we know that comes up here like that, okay? And then I can take a little bit of just yellow oxide, and I'll do a little bit of that color on this side of Tim like this. I'm going to take a little cad yellow light. Let's get a little bit of yellow ochre. Had to do it this big just even to be able to see the face really and get all these colors in the face. Okay, so I've got that. Rinse the brush and let's see, let's take a little bit of this dark red color and we'll paint it up here on the hat. Ooh, that's a pretty color, isn't it? That's that quinacridone crimson. It's kind of almost a deep wine color red. We'll probably want that for the sign too. That's what I was thinking we would want for the sign. Now the sign we're going to paint. This is drying, right? We're going to paint sort of yellow oxide. We're going to paint that here like this.
Now, people are asking, I can see them now, why are you painting it yellow when you have red on top?
Well, because the yellow's underneath. That yellow, if you look at this at the reference, the yellow's underneath. And when you paint red over yellow, it's a very interesting effect too. But we're going to paint that. Just paint that. It has to be painted something, so we're going to paint it yellow. Not doing it real thick, just enough paint to. We'll paint that yellow. Understanding the paint layers and what you paint next can be very helpful. Like, for instance, we know that this sign is going to be burnt umber, so we're just going to come under here and paint that dark. And I want to put a little bit of the red with it and the black with it. There you go. Look at how nice that is. That's even darker. There, that's good. You put a little bit of that red color with that black, and boy, you get a dark color, don't you? And then we come along here on the bottom of the sign. I'll come here like this on the edge of it. It's the trick. You put the little bit of the black and that red on there with it. Look, then do something like this. And then here, just the same thing. Make the grain of the wood. And you've got some dark under here too. Okay. So that was easy. And I want something a little darker right here. Some of that red dark color coming up here and suggesting this tree. The same thing over here. We'll just come up there and just do a little more tree. Okay. Now, and this is how you could do something like this in pieces. But you want to make sure that you get the sign square here. I didn't have that square, so get that corner square. Okay. Now let's try that.
Dry, dry, dry.
Okay, so I'm going to take a small brush and some white, and I want to go ahead and give this another coat, and now I can put a little fur out there with it.
A little fuzz.
A little fuzz. And then take a little bit of the blue and the brown, like that, kind of the blue and the black, right? And then let's make a little bit of a shadow underneath the hat. Okay, because I know you'd have one. Then we're going to take the white paint in the cad red light. Okay. A little bit of that other red, right? There you go. And come up here on the top of your hat like that. Put the highlights on the hat. Not too many. Don't lose the red, dark red. That's easy, right? And I'll put that brush in water, and then I'm going to take another clean brush because it's just easier. And we're going to take some white paint. We're going to come in here like this, and we're going to paint the snow. Here. You know, some of this gray is going to show through, and then I want that little bit of the shadow color to show through. And we got a little bit of this color coming up here like that with a little bit of, there you go, something like this. And on the other side too, just something like that. And just a little bit of white on one side of the brush here and come away from the edge like this. Barely touch it. And just a little bit of the brown. And just do some grassies. There you go. So, okay, now that was easy, right? Now, rinse the brush and let's take a little bit of that gold color and let's see, where's our paper towel out so we can wipe? You guys know we always have to have that, right? So we're going to do that. Now look, what we're painting now is this, right? So put the paint just on one side of the brush, flatten it out, right? And do this. And then let's take a little white, do the same thing, flatten it out. Different lengths. Okay. Then there's a little bit down here on the bottom, but that's more of a kind of a yellow, kind of a raw umber color.
You're weathering the wood.
Yeah, we're just making it old. Okay, and then we're going to take this wonderful red color, right, and put a little bit of naphtha crimson with it. We got that red and not naphtha crimson, that was a pyrrole red. Pyrrole red and that burgundy, about half and half. We're going to go ahead and cut that sign down with some raw umber in it. There you go. There you go. That would kind of age the sign. That is just the perfect color for this. Okay. Now, we're going to take I think I'm going to put a little bit of orange and pyrrole red together. That orange and the red together, or that dark color here. Let me gonna just pop this up in a couple places. That's the lighter cad red and that darker color. So nothing ever is one color, right? So there you go. Now let's try that. Yes, yes, and yes. Trying that. Let's get back our handy toothbrush.
Going to come alive.
Right. Now back to the drawing board with our toothbrush. Don't know why we would have had red paint on the toothbrush. I think I maybe have had the wrong towel. All right, I'm just going to get a different one. Somehow we got red paint on that one. I don't want to risk it because I'm on a roll here. Here we go. My white paint. Tap it off on the towel. Yeah, okay. Good enough. Yes and yes. Then we dry that. Yes and yes.
Dry, dry, dry.
And what's great about paintings like this, and they're so fun, is because you can just, put the paint on one side of the brush. You can come down here like this and
Just square that baby
just
right
kind
up.
of square that right up like that. And then you can take that zinc white, which we had, if you remember, over here. That was the zinc white. Remember that? Wipe that off. Then come over here like this. Just sort of dry brush that on here like this. A couple of places. There. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Okay. This is a yeah, yes thing. Aren't you excited? I mean, you can see how easy this is going to be to do. Okay.
Easy peasy.
So then we got the little brush. We got the yellow oxide and some burnt sienna, and a little bit of yellow, cad yellow medium. And we're going to come up here like this, and we're going to create some grass. I think we need more white with it. Want some over on this side too. So it's got to be a little darker. And let's see, what does the edge of this look like? Oh yeah, looks like that. Then you've got the edge of this board that kind of looks like that. Okay, and then you've got a light edge on it, like that. Huh. Well, these are the kind of things that make me, just entertain me to no end, right? So we're back out of the yellow. Rinse the brush, wipe it off. Now let's add some snow here, but we got to dry the yellow. Just got to. If you dry in steps, you're going to be okay. If you skip a step, you'll have a mess, and then you'll wonder what happened. Just takes a minute it takes a minute to dry, but it takes a lot longer to fix something. So now we're gonna mound some snow up here, top of our board.
Looking colder. You need a yellow chicken there to warm it up.
Yeah, we need a yellow chicken to warm it up, and then we're gonna take some dark red with a little bit of black in it. Come under the feet like this. And let's take a little dark brown here because we've got a little bit of a shadow on the bottom of this bird in here. So a little bit of dark brown and black, I think. Okay, and then it gets into a little bit lighter with the yellow oxide here like this. Now we're just in yellow oxide, but the brush is dirty. Now change the direction. You had the brush strokes going like a parentheses. You had them going this way. Now they go the other way. Are you watching your brush direction?
Closely.
Okay. So that's all coming down this way. And then there's a little bit of this shadow right under here too. And we're going to take a little bit of the yellow and the yellow oxide, and we're going to just put a little more orange with that. This is just the first kind of coat on it. I'm going to mark where they go. Okay, so have we dried him? Yeah. This is dry? No. Well, maybe we can work on the face while that dries. I'll tell you what. I hope you're subscribing to the channel, and we appreciate the donations that come in. That keeps us going. I know times are, are strained like now, but they are for everybody. And so you help us scholarship people that want to still learn to paint. And, it's so far out of their budget, right? And you also make a big difference to us, too. I got to have a little more of that dark red color. Okay, so take just some red. Okay. So we got to dry that. Everybody agrees, right? Got to dry that. Now, this is where the Posca pens are so handy to do. I think one of the reasons that people have trouble painting anything is they don't understand the paint order. If you understand which comes first, you can do this easily.
Oh, I get it. The chicken or the egg?
Yeah, but I think that's a real problem, John, is that people are not sure of the paint order. So when they go to paint something,
well, I can certainly appreciate that.
so he's got a little black on his eyes are. Let's see. So we're gonna at least get that much of our. Now, Posca pens are kind of funny. They don't really dry quickly. So if you were to go put another color next to that while it was still wet, it would smear. Okay. So we know that this gets a little bit of that, and then we know, like for instance, I can't put white next to that. It would smear. Does that make sense? So I won't even try. So if you had a little trouble getting the comb just the way you wanted it, you can do something like that. And I'll do more with those eyes in a little bit. So we're talking about let's get some light yellow. Cad yellow light. I had a lot of water on the brush, so I'll load the brush maybe 2 or 3 times with the color. Did you know that? Maybe you never saw me do that, but I do that.
Load and unload.
Yeah.
Load, wipe it, load again, wipe it, load it again.
Yeah. And then this gets a little bit of darker yellow down here. This part of the eye is a little darker. Or the beak. A little bit of burnt sienna and yellow. If you've got a shadow on the side of the nose like that. Now we're going to take a little bit of the red and put a little more red on this comb. And then we'll take the Cad yellow medium, come down here like this. Notice how I'm picking up the brush when I come over the brown. Don't go all the way down. This comes down to a little point. Okay. Now we'll dry that. This is where your fur brushes come in. They're called grainers or grass brushes or fur brushes. I've got some Terry Harrison ones. I like the different ones we have. Here's a nice one, this is a Terry Harrison fur brush. Take some white Cad yellow light. Let's mix that paint up here on this board so you can see it. This is titanium white, Cad yellow light. You build up the color. I think I want some raw sienna. I didn't have any out. I don't want to have to mix it. I want to just have it. Oops. That's raw sienna coming over here like that. Wipe it off and then I'm thinking I want a smaller brush than this. Just try a different ones out here. Here's a little one. This is a Princeton, Princeton grainer. It's a 1/4 inch. It's good for small work. See how it just really layers nicely. A little bit darker in here. And this gets a little wider here, so I need a tiny brush. Not quite have that. This thing is wide enough. Starting to come alive now, right?
It's taking form. You've got the birdie.
And it got a little bit of that. There's a zinc white here, just on the top of this. Okay. All right, and then this one's got, we'll take some white paint and this,
Seems like a happy bird.
and this gets a little bit of dark brown. Yeah, seems happy, right? Yeah. This is white. Yeah, if you have a good detail brush, a fur one isn't necessary. I think he looks kind of cute. What do you think, John?
I think it's looking adorable.
Let's see, I forgot to put the top on this hat.
Could be a great little card. When you get time. Now, this is one time we allow you guys to make prints of these
What do we do for Christmas?
for the holiday season.
So the whitest part of him is right here on the front part of his tummy. And then he gets kind of that cad yellow light stuff. He's got to be furry everywhere. A little shadow on the side, just like you were painting an apple or anything else. He's shaded on the sides. You see that? Oh, how cute is him. A little bit of a shadow right here. I think it's almost a burnt sienna. Wow, he's kind of cute, isn't he?
Very much so. He seems happy.
A little bit of blue in his hat. Okay. So and then let's get some miscellaneous white just coming down here like this. And some more yellow. If you're doing rough canvas, if you haven't sanded your canvas, you'll have a hard time doing these thin lines. So I recommend sanding. If you're not doing a canvas board, I recommend you sand the canvas. See how I had to have another coat of white up here on his face? But I'm on the gosh, he's so cute, isn't he? So let's take a little bit of yellow and orange to color. Try his feet again. Just go sideways. Don't try to draw the line. Just go kind of curve over the top of the little feeties. Then we'll do some dark later. That's how we're going to do that. Well, we could do some light on top of it. It'll do it.
Give him some cold feet.
Ah, yes and yes. Okay. All right, now you're going, well, you look almost done, Ginger. Not quite. We got the fur brush, but we need another coat of paint up on the snow. We don't want any yellow in the brush. So make sure that it's all white. That's, white's one of those colors you got to go over a few times. So now what you're going to do this is the key part here. When you put the sign on, this is where you have to use tape. And you got to figure that you're going to, where it's going to be about this long, and it's going to come down up a little bit here like that. And you know it's got to come down, got to be about this, okay, about like that, okay?
About like yay.
So make sure this is parallel with the top and bottom of your canvas. All right, and I will say that I'll just end it here, right? got to end. It's got to end here. That's how big the space is going to be. Okay. So what you do, this would be worth watching the whole video for knowing how to do this. I used to be a sign painter, and the problem with that is this was before the internet, and I couldn't spell. People loved my signs, really wanted them spelled well. Dyslexic people make terrible sign painters. Did you know that?
I just think that's very one-sided.
Well, it is, right? So this is how wide it's going to be. So I'm going to put this on here like this wide tape. And I know that I'm going to take a Posca pen, and I'm going to sit there and say that I know that the Mary has to go here. So here's M, and then I can put an E in here. I'll just draw this in for you. E, R, R, and then Y. Okay. And then we got to go Christmas. R, I, S. Some of you have really good handwriting. Like Tara has really good handwriting. Who else does? Well, there's a couple of you out there that have really astoundingly good handwriting. You always so impress me. I can't remember. There's a couple of you out there that are just, your handwriting is just amazing. Then the A is back. It's kind of one of those funny kind of A's. A, S. Okay, so that's it. Now, what you do with the tape is you move it around so you kind of center it. Ooh, I kind of smeared that, but you get the idea, right? So I figured that Merry Christmas would be centered if I did it about like this. Would you say, John? That was pretty centered? Maybe over just a touch. Yeah? I'm just going to dry that so that Christmas is... Now I'm going to use a wide Posca pen. Because I have... Or you can use a brush. I've got a wide Posca pen somewhere. I know I do. Kind of an off-white Posca pen that's wide. Where would that be? Gotta find it. But here's a brand new one that's wide. I'll just do it white and then I'll stain it. Okay. So here, just let me just open this. See, that's a nice wide tip. Okay. And now let's shake it up. Now, you can also print out or maybe find some lettering you really like and then write it on the tape or tape it on there and then try to, or you could even trace it on. Now, that would be another thing. I'll tell you what, you could do it this way, but John, what if you made me some really pretty letters and I could trace it on there?
Oh.
What do you think?
Well, yeah, we could do that.
Well, we could do that. You could do that. You guys know. You can do it. John doesn't want to do it, but you could do it, right?
Well, we're on a live show.
Well, no, it's okay. So here's the tape coming out, right?
This is where I would have traced on the letters you had because they were gorgeous letters.
What, trace these on?
The ones on the original sign.
Well, yeah, but I mean, yes, but how would I do that? I guess I could cut it up. All right, let's do that, John. That's a good idea. All right, just ignore this, right? Okay. And let's get we'll cut them out with scissors. We'll just cut this whole thing out, and we'll trace them on. Like that? We'll okay, John's going to do that, and then we'll trace them on, and then we'll copy those. I think that's a good idea.
I like the letter.
Okay, well, I mean, that would, not everybody is, a sign painter. So that's a good idea. And I will take this tape down a little bit and make it just a little bit.
You need a tape on there. Honestly, honest to Pete.
I'm going to leave it on.
What we'll do is we'll cut it in such a way that you'll be able to synchronize what you got.
Yeah, okay.
I do that to it.
Well, this is fun, you guys, isn't it? Because our little bird is so cute. Come on, you know he is, right?
Get the tape off of there.
Okay, so we're going to take the tape off because that's how normally as a sign painter I would do it, right?
Right.
But we're not doing that this time. We're just going to do this. Okay, yep. All right, John.
That there.
Okay, and this.
So.
Give me more. Cut it better, please. Cut it so that I know the edge of this in. Cut the edge off there, please.
I was get.
Cut the edge off.
Okay, but.
Yeah, I'd rather have
lining it up.
Yeah, no, it doesn't necessarily line up there.
But it does.
Okay, yeah, line it up with the feet, right, like that. Okay, so we're gonna tape it like where are you, like this?
Tape it there.
And then let's get a piece of white. I think I've got a small piece under there. Okay.
Right off the edge there. There you go.
All right, you guys, you ready for this? Now.
You might.
Do you think that's centered now? I guess it is with the feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, but by the feet.
Yeah, all right, you guys. Here's where we're gonna do it.
We're going for it. Let's think outside the box, people. Like I said, I would have traced it on originally when you had it up there because I thought the letters looked good.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't be able to get the red. You have to do this last.
Right.
You have to do it in paint order.
Paint order. Once again, people, let's make notes of that paint order stuff.
Got to do it the first. What came first, the chicken or the paint, kind of thing, right?
It's the paint on this one.
Well, this is sort of I don't know what style of handwriting this is, but
it's handwriting. But that's what makes it nice. I think it'll come out perfect. Practically perfect in every way.
My favorite sign that I made when I was a sign painter, my short-lived career as a sign painter, was they didn't want dogs on the patio when they were outside. They didn't want dogs. And so I did this really cute dog, kind of a beagle with droopy ears, and he was kind of crying, and there was a big X through it that said no dogs. So, all right, you guys, what do you think? Seems a little crooked to me, but what do I know? Seems like it's going downhill. See that? See how it looks like it's going downhill? It probably isn't, but it looks like it is.
Well, let's find out. We have stuff, we can figure it out.
It really looks crooked to me.
It certainly is, but then...
And that's a little crooked too, right?
Was off by 1/8 of an inch. I think the chicken will be fine with it.
Okay, so what we could do is remember he didn't want to do the tape anymore, but you can take this tape. One of the things you can do is you can take the tape like this and then just kind of adjust for it, right? So these are not perfect letters anyway.
No, they're handwritten by a chicken.
Yeah. Should have some, what is it? Chicken scratch marks, right?
Bring it to life.
Remember, if you get, remember your Posca pen can be, the Posca paper stuff can be wiped off. So if you get out, as long as you get sort of in the lines, you're okay. So when you trace yours on, do a better job than I did. That's what I would tell you. I'll just do this like that. Thing about sign painting, one of the things, they don't really care what you do. Just got all the C's have to look the same. All the letters have to look the same. Can't have nothing will be, that was perfect sign, but if the R's are all different from one word to the next, it's very confusing. So that's one of the secrets of sign painting.
Consistency and spelling correctly.
Yeah, well, you got to spell them. Yeah, that's true. We got to spell them. Okay. But
I think people are awfully picky.
I thought so too. But the reason I went into sign painting was because I could get like so much more money for a sign than I could for a painting. People would pay stupid amounts for a sign, and I could undercut every sign painter in town and still make good money. And if I had the spelling thing down, I would have been okay.
One minor detail.
Yeah, well, and
minor, I'm telling you.
And the thing is that dyslexic people don't know that they've misspelled anything.
No, they don't.
So that was the bugaboo with that. Yeah, I'm just coming up a little higher with this time than I traced it on with the letters to make it kind of seem more level.
If you didn't have a Posca pen, I'm sure a nice fine.
Yeah, you can use a brush.
Do it.
Absolutely. But if you're any good, if you live in a small town and people want hand painted, well, now this was before the internet and crochet machines, and people couldn't make their own stuff. That was kind of a time to be able to do it, right?
Yeah.
Because there wasn't. Let's take that paper and put it away. Okay, ready for this?
Dun da da.
They kind of straightened it out, didn't we? I'm gonna dry that, and then I'll go over it with a brush
and clean it up.
One thing I want to do, I've got this Posca pen out here, is that the whitest white you've got is the pen. Now let me look at how.
The old Posca pen can't beat it.
Yeah, it's just very nice to see how his eyes popped when I used that pen. So actually a little bit whiter. So now we're going to take a very tiny brush, which we have, right?
And a detail brush from the.
This is a golden maple, right?
Golden maple.
Okay.
You can always use the baby smudgy. I'm sure you all have more than one brush in your arsenal.
Get new paint for each letter. Roll the brush. Now, if you make a mistake, what you do, when I say that, if you get outside the lines you want, get a clean brush like this with nothing and just erase, come down there and just pick it up. Just a little water on it will pick that right up. The other thing you can do when you paint this, if you don't have a Posca pen, is you could take some matte medium and cover the sign with it and let it dry, and that would smooth it out some and allow it to be, make it more like glass so that you could paint on it, kind of fill in all the little divots in the texture that we created with the. See, that kind of is cool. Don't you think that was a good suggestion, John, to trace it on?
I thought the letters look good.
But you could use any letters. I mean, you know, you can find a font. I guess they call it fonts now. And you could find just the font you wanted and get real creative. And you wouldn't have to say Merry Christmas either. You know, you could say Happy Birthday or whatever you want to say. Bah humbug, you could say. Yeah. Or eat more cows. I don't know. Because Chick-fil-A always has you eat, you know, always tells you to do that. Eat more cows, remember?
Yeah.
Go into a Chick-fil-A restaurant, they always tell you to eat more cows, right? Now, I'm going to take that brush, put it back, and take a little bit of, I've got the dark pen here, and I'm just going to go over my little chicken feet here. Just give them a little shadow. Everything looks pretty good there, right? And let's get some little light on the tongue here. Well, I think that is just mostly fun, don't you?
I think it's adorable.
Now take a little bit of the white paint now.
And make the big dots. Big snowflakes.
Yeah, this just had some. Okay, and then make the bigger snowflakes here like that. It's if you have layers of snowflakes, it looks better, right? So you don't need too many. Don't, you know, he doesn't have the measles.
Go crazy.
Yeah, don't go crazy. Doesn't have the measles. Vary the size. Closer he is to the bird, you might have some bigger ones. Oh, you know what we didn't put was the. Oh yeah, we got to put the. Look at this. We didn't put the bolts on the sign. So here we go, like that. Let's add some under here like that. A little bit of black under here.
Got to have the bolts.
So then you put a little bit of the white right on top of the bolt like that. Wow, huh? Go to dry. You would want to dry that bolt first and play in kind of Russian roulette with the bolts. And let's put him in a frame. I'd say we were doing good with him. What do you think, John?
I think you're right on.
I'm going to draw him and erase all my lines.
Yeah.
I'm going to dry while John's getting the frame so you can really see what he looks like finished. Let's see, let's just put that over here. And we can put this paint right here onto the palette now. Yeah, good.
Put it into the legacy palette.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, gosh. I mean, is this fun, you guys, or what? Did we not create this adorable chicken?
Chickie,
Whatever he is. Is he cute?
chickadee.
Oh, is he so cute? You know?
Very festive. It brings
Very
a smile to your face.
Yeah, so, you know, one might ask yourself where you're going to sign that.
I was going to ask you that.
And that's why I like to put the frame on so you don't see it. So it's going to be, one thing we have to do is that we noticed that, well, I noticed, maybe you didn't notice, but, well, what am I going to change before I do it? Quick, what am I going to change? Anybody? No. There, I just wanted to straighten that out. That bothered me. Yes? Okay, so I think that if you had put the sign up a little higher, even though it's not in the picture, if you put it up higher, you could sign right underneath here. Yes? So that, I'm doing this for you, so that's what I would do if I were to do it again, right?
Really? You would sign it on the sign?
Maybe on the sign, but in this case, because I'm signing the painting, I think I'll use black, not white.
Now, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking right here.
Right there.
What do you think? Or right?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm thinking right there, kind of at an angle, right? Kind of going across like that, or straight across? Yeah, probably.
I do an angle. You're always making a mystery, hide them.
Yeah, I'm trying to a little bit smaller because, you know, this sort of takes up a lot of space, and then we need we'll use the tiny brush to do the red slash.
Once the red slash is in, she's done, people.
I am done. So I am done.
Hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so. And we'll be back next Monday for another exciting episode.
Yeah, I mean, come on, how fun is this? And I really think we got it. Don't you think so?
I think you did. I mean, you got the picture there, and you got him. I mean, it's one and the same.
You've got your, yeah. So again, I'm not sure. I think we're trying to release this early so you have time to do it. We'll be releasing this early.
Just can't resist, can you?
No, I really can't, John.
Even though once the red slash is on, it's officially done.
It's officially done. So I would say this is officially done. I think it's adorable, if I do say so myself.
And you do.
And I do. And, you know, if you look at our reference, I think we nailed it. And I know you're going to nail it too. So be sure to give us a thumbs up, a like, and comments. Why don't you write in your comments what you're going to be all doing for Christmas? I'd love to know. You going to be painting for Christmas? What are your plans for Christmas? Let me know. Are you going to be sending this out as a card? Let us know what you're doing. And thanks you guys, and happy holidays.
Thanks, everybody.
It's early. Love you.
Love you. See you next week. Bye.